to the way we cannot move any longer. And that change is just so much things that happen in your life. I've seen a man who married about 3 or 5 wives already in the United States. You have children here, you have children here, you have children here, you have to pay. So when you see stuff like that, you will be wondering, how will he get himself out of this problem? And the worst is that they suspend his driving license. How can you drive to work? What are you going to do? So those are how the enemy can plan. The enemy didn't just plan today to change us. No. He has a long-term plan for Christians. But we have to be ready as children of God. And remember, not to forget that God has us in his power, in his hands. That we who are strong has to pass the legacy to the next generation if Christ dies. Forget not all the benefits. It's not a suggestion. Forget not all God's benefits. As we read here, it's not something God said, maybe, don't forget. Forget not all God's benefits. It's something we must do. It's a command. It's a divine instruction. It's something that helps us to grow. It's very divine, brothers and sisters. Let's read again in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 2. Deuteronomy chapter 8, then we read verse 2. Deuteronomy chapter 8, we're going to read verse 2. God in his wisdom know how to take us as sinful people, as dirt, and begin to clean us. And the process of cleaning us, and we become right with him. We shouldn't be so proud that, okay, this is from our handwork, this is what we have done. This is who we are. No. It's by his grace, the grace of God, that we are who we are. As Paul said. Go ahead.
We are reading in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, we are reading verse 2.
Yes.
I shall remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in my heart, whether thou would keep his commandments.
What the Bible really is saying here is that we should not forget. He was talking direct to the children of Israel when God led them through the wilderness. He was talking direct to them. In the same vein, this word doesn't go back to the children of Israel. It's coming to us. It's coming to us as we are sitting down. It's coming to us. It's direct to us. The wilderness was just a place of tasting. We are in the world today as a place of tasting. Wilderness was like a classroom. It was a divine provision, just like as we are here on earth today. It's a place of tasting. It's a place of trial. It's a place that we are working hard to grow. It's a place that we're going to pass the test. We're going to pass the exam. We're going to get to another class. So wilderness was a place God used to bring the children of Israel to understand that He is God. So brothers and sisters, God gave manna in those days to the children of Israel from heaven. water from the rocks, and the clothes never worn out. How did he do that? Because he's God. He's God. So every step was a miracle. Every provision was a reminder that he's God. Everything what God is doing in our life today has to remind us that he's God. And here waking up this morning is a miracle in the making. It's a provision that God used to remind us that he's God. So we have to know that. We have to remember that. We should never forget it. We have to know that there are many thousands of people that pass away today. That what is happening, what is inside us is not different from them. By the grace of God, we are still alive. That means that there's a mission, there's a purpose. Why God decided to have mercy on us. Forgetfulness sometimes lead to pride. I remember a man that I used to work with. He was a manager in one of the factories in North Carolina. This man, he was just a new manager. He came in and he gathered everyone in the hall, in the break room. He was talking to everyone. And he started asking everyone, well, first of all, he introduced himself. And then he asked everybody to introduce themselves and the areas that they're working on for. And everybody started introducing himself. But to my greatest surprise, this man was able to capture the name of over 50 people in the room. And the surprise thing was that he walked to me and said, Clement? I said, what? Are you serious? So this is the memory God wants us to attach to everything he has done for us. Not to forget. Once you forget things, that means that you feel that thing is inferior. Why should I remember it? Why should I know about it? That's why pride comes in when you forget about the things of God. When you forget about the promises of God. Once you forget about the miracle God has done in our life. Now you become independent. I can do this. I can remember. I'm this. I'm that. Then when you see that happening in our life, you begin to see spiritual drift. The Spirit of God begins to move because the Spirit of God cannot live where pride is. You cannot be higher than God. You cannot be independent on your own. You didn't make out yourself. I didn't make myself. God is sovereign. So we have to submit to him by remembering everything that he has done in our life. It's like telling a teacher for the test, why did you give me this kind of test? He said, well, I give you a test because of what you learn in the classes. He said, well, I don't want to take this test. Give me another test. You can't do that. That's the test everybody participate. You have to be part of it. I have to be part of it. So remembering, keep us grounded with God. It makes us to be grateful. It makes us to be dependent and to be humble. Don't be independent. Be dependent on God. You gotta depend on God. He make us. You didn't make yourself. Some people, when they see some other people, they say, oh, look at his hair, the hair look like this. Look at his teeth look like this. Look at his nose look at his face look. Those people didn't make themselves like that. If you ask them to choose, they're not going to choose what they have. No, they will not. But, hey, God made them like this, so they have to stay with it. They have to love it. What God has made, their body God has made, the way they look, they have to love it. They have to cherish it. They have to improve on it. Take a shower, clean it. If your hair doesn't look good, wash it. Look presentable. Take care of it. Mow the yard. Don't say, oh, this is somebody's yard. Then you live there. Cut the grass. Make the place look presentable. That's how we have to present ourselves as a living sacrifice. Present ourselves honorable to God. Let's read in a couple of places. We're going to go to God in prayer. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 12. It's in Deuteronomy 12. Or 6 verse 12. Deuteronomy 6 verse 12.
The same Deuteronomy chapter 6, we are reading verse 12.
Yes, sir.
Then beware lest thou forget the Lord, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt,
Did we read that?
from the house of bondage.
It says, beware lest thou forget the Lord, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. Brothers and sisters, it's good to sometimes relate to the past, what God has done for us. There are some of us sitting down here which God has kept the promise, and you yourself kept the promise. So many years back, when we were in Nigeria, there's a tendency, there's a possibility that we didn't know we're going to be here. But God opened the doors and opportunities. Some of us, we went to the embassy and stood there in front of them and convinced them that I'm going to America. And you see people over hundreds standing on the line on that fateful morning. And you follow the line and you were there. Everybody here has to be on that line. We didn't feel weak. We make sure that sleep doesn't come at that time. We were alert. And we be on that line, and we follow the line. When they started calling individual one by one, we start following that line, to the point that they call you into the room. And we were on the same line. Other hundreds of people were cut off. They said, well, you have to come back the next time. During the time of process of these visas, there was something that was going around us. Some of us wanted to come here for a better life, be able to work, take care of a family. Some of us were thinking, well, I'm going to go to Philadelphia. That's my church. When I go there, I don't know, I'm going to worship like an angel in Philadelphia. Some of us were having different things in our minds. But guess what? The same you who were on the line years back, you are sitting down here in the presence of God. There are many who were in that line with you. Some of them have died and gone. Some of them are still in this country. They don't go to church, they drink, they're on club, they're doing all the filthy things that you would never imagine. But God has led us to the better ground that we stand today. Do we remember all that time? How God led us through the embassy. They give you a visa, they didn't give the other one a visa. The other one won a lottery, the other one didn't win a lottery. The other one get appointment, the other one didn't get appointment. Are we so intelligent, so smarter than those people? No. But God has appointed us in a time of that nature. That we should be the one being elected for a purpose, for a journey bigger than life. We are here in His presence. We have seen many people falling off. We have seen many people falling down. The scripture is telling us today for us to remember and cast our mind back. And be able to tell our children as a legacy, as a testimony, that the God that you serve, the God that I served, is a God of yesterday, and is a God of today, and is a God of forever. That God doesn't change because of circumstances. That God remains forever. When we forget what God has done, we risk losing sight of who God is. We risk saying His blessing. We risk so much, but God forbid. As we heard this word today, we will remember every good thing God has done for us. All His blessing, the opportunity of life, the circumstances that we found ourselves by trusting in Him, lifting up from step to step for glory. We will never forget. Lamentation, Jeremiah was surrounded by destruction, yet found hope by remembering God's mercy. We all can do the same thing what Jeremiah did. To remember, it doesn't cost us anything. In spiritual eye, remember is you being a millionaire. Remember is so rich. To remember something is so rich. Remembering is very rich. It's like you are lifting a pot of money and gather it, moving it. They say, is that yours? You say, yes. That is remembering. You are taking your own portion. But in the physical look, it means nothing. A mere physical look. Unless you remember people's name. Oh, you didn't remember my name today? Oh, you pronounced my name wrong. What are you doing? What kind of name? What are you saying? They will ask you if you pronounce somebody else's name wrong or the last name wrong. They will correct you so quick. But the things of God, we have to remember. We have to remember His blessing. We have to remember every step. We have to remember how God called us. We have to remember that day we baptized. We have to remember that day we found Christ. We have to remember the resurrection of Christ and the death of Christ on the cross. We have to remember His blessing, His healing power. We might face something today